guys, it's time for our latest edition of Twitter Tuesday. Colin, you ready for this?
I
These
am.
are some really hard-hitting questions.
Oh, I know they are.
Hard-hitting. This first one's from Mad Moderator. He says, why is no one talking about that Aqib Talib face mask? Intent to injure should have been ejected. Clearly, Mad Moderator doesn't watch our show because we did talk about this today.
Yeah, I think the face mask penalty is the most under-regulated, under-penalized play in football. There's a lot of penalties in football that I think are, they're hypersensitive about, but I think the face mask should be 20 yards and, in some instances, automatic ejection.
Suspension next year for him?
I thought Talib's rose to the level of purposeful and automatic suspension.
You said it was purposeful. Also, 3D Vagabond says, speaking of Brady, Tom Brady, do you think that he'll go after the ball? I think he's talking about Cam Newton not going after that fumbled ball.
Yeah.
And he said, hell yes, he does.
Hypothetically, probably. I think it's only a small moment in time. But I think when you add all this stuff up, he didn't play well, he was sullen, the football, I think it's the perfect storm to criticize Cam. They didn't lose that game because of that moment. Let's just acknowledge that.
Do you buy what Cam says, that his foot would have come down at a weird angle?
I defended him. I said it was weird. He's 6'7". It was on the ground. There were lunging Broncos. I thought in the moment I can see a quarterback saying, whoa, and then diving, which is what he did. He eventually did dive after the second pause.
This one's from Jeff Sharon. Would Cam have been better off had he not shown up to the post-game press conference and just taken the fine rather than show up, talk, and storm off?
Probably, but he would have looked weak.
Really?
I think he would have looked weak. I mean, again, I think part of this narrative is he's very celebratory, which is awesome, and it's created a really fun brand, and he's going to get endorsements that other players don't get. Peyton's going to get his Oreos and his mid-sized sedans. Cam's going to get music stuff and art stuff and big, broad stuff. But in the end, I think if you play that big guy, then when you go and pout, the two juxtaposed looks really bad.
Well, wouldn't that mean that it was premeditated, that he was going to go to the podium and not say much if the alternative was just taking the fine and not talking?
Yeah, I think you're always best to acknowledge the media. Here I am, sling your bows and arrows at me. I think you're best taking the shot, owning it, and moving on quickly.